What's up, all day fam? We here for another segment, back again. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go over my predictions. So yesterday was some okay games, some pretty good games. The Pittsburgh Steelers in the Bengals game was a much better game. The Baltimore Ravens and Browns game wasn't really all that exciting. Really wasn't all that competitive. So the Ravens came away with the win for the Browns, and the Bengals came away with a win from the Steelers. I was right on both teams on which both teams was going to win. I was a little off on the Bengals and Steelers games. With the prediction on that, the score, with the prediction of the score that I did on that one. But I thought the Pittsburgh Steelers, I thought both offenses was going to really click in more than the defenses showing up for both teams, and that was actually phenomenal for me. I really enjoyed that, so I was very happy that I was wrong. The Pittsburgh Steelers defense, they're starting to click. They're starting to get better. It's a bright sign for Pittsburgh to look forward to, because that's who their identity is a well-run defensive team. Now, I think it was more of a lack on the Pittsburgh Steelers offense than the Bengals defense, because it's obvious that Pittsburgh's offense is struggling, and there's some guys on the offense that are not clicking, that are not playing well. And so I will go a little bit more deeper into that about the Pittsburgh Steelers offense in a recap on both games in another video, because this video is strictly for predictions. So predictions, previews, analysis, and stuff like that. But yeah, the Pittsburgh Steelers has a lot to worry. They do have some concerns, but they do have something to look forward to, because their defense stepped up and their defense was able to shut down one of the most powerful offenses in the entire NFL. So yeah. So let's keep it pushing. We got the first game that we're going to go into is the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. So this game, is there anything I would like to talk about in this game? Let's see here. So I'm going to keep this video pretty short. I want to go ahead and give you my predictions for this. Michael Penix Jr., he's playing pretty well, and I'm going to say that the Panthers are going to beat I'm going to say the Falcons are going to beat the Panthers. I like both quarterbacks. I like Bryce Young. I like Michael Penix Jr. I think they both have a bright future ahead of them. The Falcons are going to win this game. I'm going to say 21. I'm going to say 24 to 17. 24 to 17. Falcons 24, Panthers 17. All right. So then we got the Commanders against the Dallas Cowboys. This game could be exciting. It could be fun to watch because it's a rivalry game, but you never know about the Cowboys. The Cowboys is just the Cowboys. They're inconsistent, but this year they have played way more worse games than they usually do. The Dallas Cowboys has always been an inconsistent football team, but this year they have been more consistent in being terrible. So let's see here. The Commanders already punched their ticket to the playoffs, and they can lock the 6th seed in the NFC with their win against Dallas. All right. So they could finish in the 6th seed instead of the 7th. So let's see here. And I'm going to go ahead and give this game to the Commanders. Obviously, I'm going to say that the Commanders is going to win this game 32 to 22. I'm going to say 32 to 22. Do not be surprised, though, if the Cowboys beats the Commanders. Don't be surprised. The Cowboys is very familiar with the Commanders. The Cowboys will love to play their last game and be able to knock off the Commanders just from the 6th seed to the 7th seed. They will be more than happy to do that. So don't expect that game to not be competitive and Dallas just to roll over. They're not. Dallas is going to fight, and they're going to try to win. I don't think that they're going to beat the Commanders. And then with that being said, 32 might be too much too many points for the Commanders. It might be too many points, to be honest with you, because I think this game is going to be more competitive than we think because of how inconsistent Dallas is. So I'm actually probably I probably would simmer it down just a tad bit. I'm going to say that the Commanders are going to win 23-20. All right, I'm going to say 23-20. All right, we got the Bears. We got the Bears and Packers. This game might be competitive. You know, the Bears is not a team. They don't roll over, but they do lose a lot. They make a lot of mistakes because they're a bad football team. But they do fight. They do fight. And that's one thing I do like about the Bears. They are a fighting team. They're just badly coached. And so when they get a good coach, they're gonna be really good. I'm really looking forward to the Bears next year. I hope that the Bears can get somebody like Pete Carroll, or I would love to see Pete Carroll coach the Bears. You know, I did previously mention Ben Johnson, but I didn't think about Pete Carroll. I would love to see Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll, he is a quarterback whisperer. He works very, very well with the quarterbacks. And the USC connection. Pete Carroll, former USC head coach. Caleb Williams, former USC quarterback. It would be beautiful. That would be a beautiful connection. I don't know if it will happen, but it will be awesome if it does. You know, but I am hoping for my boy Caleb Williams to get a good coach. I really am. I'm hoping for him to get a good coach, and so he can have a great career, a Hall of Fame career that I know that he will have. That's my boy. That's my boy. I love my USC players. I love my USC quarterbacks even more. So, yeah, I'm with Caleb Williams to the end. Just like with Sam Darnold, I just created this YouTube channel not too long ago, but everybody knows me, knows how much I love Sam Darnold. He's a former USC quarterback. I love Carson Palmer. I love Mark Sanchez. Still love him. I love my dudes. I love my USC quarterbacks, man. So, you know, hey, Caleb Williams, I think he's the best USC quarterback we've ever had. So, the best quarterback that USC has ever had, you know, and I think right behind him, I'll say Matt Leinart, you know, so hey. But, hey, man, Sam Darnold and Caleb Williams, they're holding it together. And I think they both can have Hall of Fame careers. Sam Darnold is still young. Can you let that register? The dude is not even 28 yet. So Sam Darnold has a lot of experience, man. And that's the thing about quarterback. That's the thing about quarterbacking is it's football in general is a developmental sport. And quarterbacking is a developmental position, and so it's even more of a developmental position. So, you know, when it's very complex to play that position, and there's a lot to learn. And sometimes when you get into the NFL, the game is so fast, and you can't really grasp the playbook, or you have a bad coach, you know, you're on a bad team, in a bad organization, bad franchise. Nothing is going your way. You don't have the role models, you know what I'm saying? You don't have the mentors around you, so you got to figure everything out yourself. It's a lot going on, and it's a lot to process, into digest into your mind when you're coming out from college into the NFL, because pretty much the NFL from college is kind of almost two different sports, you know. And the NFL is just so fast, and you're moving so slow. And then, but the more you play, and then if you really are a talented player or a talented quarterback, and the more you play, and the more that you are processing the game, and the more you're getting an experience, and the more now you're probably talking to other quarterbacks outside who used to play the game. You know, they're not in the game anymore. You know, so you probably reach out to Tom Brady or Peyton Manning or Jordan Palmer, or just veteran quarterbacks who had a lot of experience in the game. You know, you can reach out to those guys and mentor them, and you know, now you're studying, and you're studying more, and you're watching tons of film, and you're practicing obsessively. You're being obsessed with the game, and you're just instilling it into your fiber, your cells, you know. And then you do that more and more and more, and then you're practicing real fast. You're practicing real hard. You're forcing yourself to spot the defenses, and to see what the coverages are, and look at the blitz packages, and read the defenses and all that, and to move the formations and everything like that. And you're forcing yourself to really process and do these things and make good decisions. But being a good quarterback is being situational. Quarterback is being situational. Being situational is is probably the most greatest thing that a quarterback can establish in himself, is being situational. I don't think that's being taught enough in the NFL. So, you know, like Drew Brees, he was a situational quarterback. Tom Brady, he was a situational quarterback, and Tom Brady was very crafty while he was a situational quarterback. Patrick Mahomes, he's a situational quarterback. You know, the great ones are situational. They understand situations in the game, and so they know, and they make quick, decisive decisions just like that, you know. And so that's what makes a quarterback cerebral. That's what makes a quarterback a field general. That's what makes him lethal, when he can do that and he's making quick decisions just like that. You know, he saw the package, boom, boom. You know, it's just like that. The game is so slow for him. and stuff like that. So yeah, so I see Caleb Williams being that type of quarterback. I believe Caleb Williams, and so and therefore I will believe in the Bears being successful because it's Caleb Williams. And so I want to say that the Packers. Oh, so let's see here. It's okay. Let's see here. So Matt LaFleur, he's never lost to Chicago. Wow, that's interesting. And he's a perfect 11-0. And let's see here. But beating the Bears is meaningful in his own right. Yeah. Okay, and so the Packers, they want to compare the number 12 spot, but if they suffer a loss to number 1, and they definitely want the best defeat in the Lambeau, the 100th game as the head coach, plus after the last showing me. So okay, we don't have to talk about that. So I'm going to go ahead and say that the Bears is going to lose this game. With all that being said, I want to say that Matt LaFleur, he's going to keep a perfect record against the Bears. He's going to be 12-0, and he's going to win it. The Packers is going to win this game. I'm going to say 25 to 23. Okay, 25 to 23. Packers 25, Bears 23. Okay, we got the Jaguars and the Colts. This game, it's not going to be so competitive probably, and I'm not really looking forward to watching this game. So some of these games, I'm gonna admit, I weren't really looking forward to watching them, and I just didn't watch them. But I should be watching every single game on repeat throughout the day. I study a lot of other things, but I got Sunday tickets, so I'll go back and watch these games just for the hell of it. Just to study the tape more, to study the games more. So, but let's see here. Anything I want to go over in this game? No. Okay. Let's say that I'm gonna say that the Colts is gonna win this game. I'm gonna say the Colts is gonna win this game 12-10. 12-10. We got the Bills against the Patriots. Didn't the Bills just play the Patriots? Anyway, okay, it doesn't really matter. All right, so let's see. All right, having already locked up the number 2 seed in the AFC, the Bills will play a blend of starters and backups. Okay, so they're gonna play a blend of that. Josh Allen will extend his streak of consecutive starts to 115. So Josh Allen is playing. Let's see here. The New England could clinch the number 1 overall pick of the 2025 NFL draft, but they lost. So I don't expect the Patriots to roll over. They're not going to do that. Like I said, and I love to see this. I love to see every team still fighting. You know what I'm saying? And not just, oh, okay, we'll get the number 1 pick. No. Okay, let's see here. All right, let's see. I want to say that the Bills is going to win this game. The Bills is going to win this game. I'm going to say 27-20. I'm going to say 27-20. All right, we got the Giants against the Eagles. Okay, so this game, sadly, Saquon Barkley will not be starting. I hate to hear that. Nick Sirianni, he's going to rest his top guys. Also, in the Philly, they lost the number 2 seed. And so, yeah, there's not much to talk about this game. So let's say that the Eagles, I'm very mad that Sirianni didn't let Saquon Barkley play. He was only 100 yards away from breaking the record, and you don't play him. And it's against the former team that he played for, who did him wrong. And who released him. I think Sirianni is very selfish for that. I think he's dumb for doing that. I'm just gonna be completely honest. I don't like him for doing that. And you want to how can I put it? As a head coach, I coach football, and as a head coach, you want your players to know that their best interest is amongst your best interest. And Saquon Barkley is not going to say it, but him breaking that record is amongst his best interests as a running back, what he's been through in the NFL, what he's laid out on the line. I met Saquon Barkley before. I don't know him, but I've met him before, and I can tell you this, is that Saquon Barkley, he's a phenomenal person. He's a very humble, mild-mannered, respectful man, human being. And he deep down inside, I know he wants this, but he's not going to express that because of who he naturally is. And yeah, and so I'm going to say that Nick Sirianni is a fool for not allowing Saquon Barkley to get 100 yards. That's what we're talking about. Because you want to rest your starters. You guys haven't had a bye since I don't know when, and you think that You're gonna you're afraid of the Giants. You know, I mean, come on, dog. You could have just played him for the first half, and you could have taken him out. Not even that. You could have waited till he just got 100 yards, which I don't think it was going to take that long, and then you could have sat him. You know, like it's stupid. If I was a head coach, I would be. The media will ask me. I'd be like, "What makes you think I'm not playing my starters? Have I played? Have I sat them all year long? No, we play to win the game. No, we play to dominate. Excuse me, we play to dominate, and this is the last week. So the Giants is on our schedule. We're taking it one game at a time, dog. That's the mentality. And if somebody gets hurt, we've always had the next man up mentality. Why on God's green earth would I sit down any of my players? Why would I do that? We have a next man up mentality. I'm tired of repeating myself. No, I'm not sitting Saquon Barkley down. And why would I sit him down if he's only 100 yards away from breaking the record? Why would I do that? Why would I take that away from this young man? Why? Would you do that? No. His legacy, this is a legacy for him. Really, and for him personally, it may be bigger than this Super Bowl, given his position. He's going to go into the Hall of Fame based on what he did on the field, regardless if he went to the Super Bowl or won it or not. The running backs are not judged that way. So I know that. Saquon may know that now. Probably did know that, but if he doesn't, he knows that now by watching this. So, no. I want this for him. I know he wants it. And so, he's going to get it. And I'm probably not going to sit him down unless he really wants to get off the game. And this means a lot to him. This is against his former team. So, this means a lot to us. And I coach my team that you play for that name on the back of your jersey first. You play for yourself first. You don't play for the team first. That makes no sense. You don't put external things over you first. You put yourself first. You play for yourself first. You give your blood and sweat and tears to yourself first. You fight for yourself. With all that being said, so now you're going to give your blood, sweat, and tears for yourself while you're on that field. Make yourself look good. You're fighting. You're playing for your legacy. So if you have enough self-respect, enough self-love, you're going to put it all out on the field. And then after you do that, the last little bit that you have in the tank, you give that for your team. You play for your team. So you give your last little bit for your brothers. That's how I coach my team, and that's how we play. So why would I sit him down? And that's literally what I would say to the press if I was the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. You know, and that's my mentality when I coach my younger players. So, yeah, Nick Sirianni, you're dumb for sitting Saquon Barkley. Let's move on. Okay, so I'm going to say the Eagles sitting there, this game could be more competitive than what it is. And so, because the Eagles are sitting their top guys, and the Giants is not going to roll over either. But I'm still going to say the Eagles are going to win this game. I'm going to say the Eagles is going to win this game. I'll say, I'm going to say 14-12. All right, let's keep pushing. All right, so we got the New Orleans Saints against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This game, I think this game is a no-brainer, but you get for Sunday. All right, let's see here. Is there anything I want to go over within this game? So, Baker Mayfield, he's performing like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Well, his stats-wise he is. But he's tied with Lamar Jackson for the second most passing touchdowns. He has 39. And he's only ranking behind Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Jared Goff. Okay, let's see here. All right, so I'm going to say that the Buccaneers is going to win this game 30-20, okay? We got the Houston Texans against the Tennessee Titans. All right, so I'm going to say that the Texans is going to win this game. Let's see here. I'm going to say the Texans is going to win this game 20-17. All right, let's see. The Texans doesn't have that much to play for in the regular season finale. Let's see here. Okay, so yeah, they don't have much to play for. So, but I'm gonna say they're still gonna win this game. All right, and so I'm gonna say that. All right, told you 20. I said what did I say? 20-17. I think I said 20-17. I believe. Yeah. All right, so let's keep it pushing. All right, so the 49ers against the Cardinals. All right, so this game. It's not all that exciting. Yeah, it's nothing to really go over in this game. This game is not all that exciting, but I'm going to say that the 49ers is going to win this game 27 to 17. 27 to 17. 49ers 27, Cardinals 17. All right, we got the Chiefs against the Broncos. All right, so this game is going to be kind of interesting because the Bengals needs the Broncos to lose, and the Bengals needs the Dolphins to win. I believe, yeah, they need the Dolphins to win or come away with a win or have a tie. So the starters are not playing. Patrick Mahomes isn't playing, and let's see. Let's see here. I'm going to say, I'm looking at the notes. I'm looking at these notes. So let's see. The last time the Chiefs rested Patrick Mahomes and the starters in preparation for the playoffs in Week 18 of the 2023 season, they actually ended up winning against the Chargers. That was last year. But let's see here. Let's see here. But I think that a lot of people think the Broncos is going to win this game. The Broncos has to win this game. But the Broncos has to win this game to get in the playoffs, and they're playing against the Chiefs backups. The Broncos is not going to win this game. I don't think the Broncos are going to win this game. Patrick Mahomes is not starting. The Chiefs is not starting a lot of their players, but Andy Reid is coaching, and that's all that needs to be said. And so I believe in Andy Reid more than I believe in Sean Payton. And so I believe in Andy Reid. I believe in a quarterback being coached by Andy Reid over Bo Nix right now. So I'm going to say the Chiefs is going to win this game 22-20. All right, 22 Chiefs, Broncos 20. The Broncos is not going to make the playoffs, and it's going to get even more interesting for the Bengals. All right, so we got the Seahawks and the Rams. All right, so let's see here. So let's see. Sean McVay, he plans to sit several starters for the NFC West clash. Let's see. So some of the starters are not playing. Some guys, okay, but let's see here. But I think the Seahawks is going to win this game. I want to say they're going to win this game 20-20. No, 20-19. 2019. Seattle's 20, Rams 19. All right, so you got the Chargers at the Raiders. Every Chargers game is exciting to me. You know, I'm looking forward to this game. I'm looking forward to seeing how we're gonna play against the Raiders. You know, in Vegas. And this is a scenario. Okay, so while the Raiders have been eliminated from the playoffs for a month, the Chargers have clinched a wild card slot, but their seed remains to be determined, with the outcome of Saturday night's Bengals-Steelers game playing a major role. So, if Pittsburgh wins on Saturday, Los Angeles is locked into the number seed no matter what happens on Sunday. But Pittsburgh lost, so that would make things a little more interesting. So, LA, they are playing for something. The Chargers are playing for something now. So, but if Pittsburgh loses on Saturday, Los Angeles gets the number 5 seed, what they win, and the number 6 seed, what they lost. Okay, so let's see here. So, with the number 5 seed ticketed for a trip to Houston, we can punch our tip straight to Houston if we win this game. We're going to go from Vegas to Houston. So, the Texans are underwhelming and are indeed locked into the number 4 seed. So, what is Jim Harbaugh's strategy in this? So, as Darren James said, 11 wins sounds better than 10. And yes, it does. You guys already heard my famous speech that I just gave if I was the head coach for the Eagles. That was literally my audition. So if I am going to be interviewing for a head coaching job for NFL. So, but, so I do know that the Jim Harbaugh is going to play the starters. And I do know the Chargers are going to fight. And so I know the Raiders is going to do the exact same thing. Both teams are very well familiar with each other. It's not going to be a walk in the park. But, hey, the Chargers are going to come in with a win. I do see that. So, let's see. I am going to say that the Chargers is going to win this game. They're going to win this game, I'm going to say 29-17. Chargers 29, Raiders 17, okay? All right, so now we got the Dolphins against the Jets. This is when things get really interesting for the Bengals, okay? So, let's see. Is there anything on this I want to go over? Any notes? As far as they are providing glimpses into Tua and Michael Dan push Miami toward the top of the AFC standings, a big gain into Tyreek Hill and the burst of Devon A-Chain here. Yeah, see, the Jets, on the other hand, are not providing glimpses of anything good, really. Stepping on Tua last week, Tyler Huntley produced 225 yards and a passer rating of about 115.5. numbers that Aaron Rodgers has topped in the same game just twice so far this season. I think the Bengals actually needs the Dolphins to lose. Yeah, I think they need the Dolphins to lose. They need the Jets to win. Okay, yeah. So the Jets are still taking another playoff hunt. So back in Week 14, they were still in the playoff hunt, and they hung that tough in the game until Miami officially eliminated them with an overtime victory. So let's see. 4 weeks later, the Dolphins are still fighting to keep their slim postseason hopes alive. Rodgers presumably do what he can to make history and go into the offseason on a high note. But the Jets surely did not look ready to play. Spoiler in last week's drubbing by the Bills. So even if Huntley is under center again, I think the Fins will get the win. They need to be next in line for a wild card spot if Denver loses. So I'm actually going to, every single week I've been giving the Jets a loss every single week, and I've pretty much been right on all of that. So I've pretty much been predicting the Jets to just have a terrible season, and I've been right on that prediction. But I'm trying to think, man, am I being persuaded by my wish of the Bengals getting into the playoffs? And the reason why I want the Bengals to get to the playoffs is because I'm tired of everybody saying nobody wants to play the Bengals in the playoffs. So I want the Bengals to get to the playoffs so they can lose the first round. Because when they do, that's exactly what I think. I think they're going to lose the first round as soon as they get in, no matter who they're playing. I don't care who they're playing. I believe the Bengals are going to lose the first round of the playoffs. So that's why I want to win, because I believe Joe Burrow is a very overrated quarterback. I think he's really good, but I don't even think he's top 5. I think he's very, very overrated. All his life, all his career, not his life, but his entire football career from when I watched college and pros. I don't know about high school. I have to look it up in high school. But I know from college, NFL, he's had talent all across the board that he's been throwing the ball to. He does throw a pretty ball. He has a good arm. His ball placement is awesome. He's really good at reading defenses. He's really good at that. He's obviously a leader. So I'm not saying the guy is a bad quarterback. I'm not saying he's a terrible quarterback. He's very, very good. He's just very good. I don't know if he's great. I really don't know if he's a great quarterback. I honestly just don't know. I have to see more. And Joe Burrow is a kind of an inconsistent quarterback. I've watched enough Bengals games to see that. He's pretty inconsistent sometimes, So, like all this year, people are going based on his stats. A lot of that stuff that he's raked up, those were garbage time stats, first off. And the Bengals defense was terrible, so they're playing catch up throughout the entire game. And there has been some games where he's played against top defenses and he was nowhere to be found. He was nowhere to be found when he played against the Browns, I think twice this year. And also, he was nowhere to be found the first time he played the Browns. And he was shut out against the Patriots in the first week of the season. There has been times where he has been shut out. And there's also been some games that he actually single-handedly lost for the Bengals. So if Joe Burrow was more consistent, the Bengals probably would have already be in the playoffs right now. But the Bengals didn't lose a lot of their games this year because of their defense. No. They lost some of their games because of Joe Burrow's inconsistency. It was rather he didn't show up at all that game. He got shut out by the New England and the Browns. And I think there were some other games too. I can't remember. Or he had some costly turnovers in the game that pretty much sealed the deal for them to lose. It wasn't like in the beginning of the game he threw a pick or whatever. It was literally pretty much later on in the game he had some costly turnovers. He had some costly turnovers against Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh's offense was so terrible that they didn't come away with a win. Pittsburgh had chances to win this game. Pittsburgh, they made a lot of mistakes. So Joe Burrow and the Bengals is extremely overrated. And that's that. All right, so I want to go ahead and say that I'm going to give this game to the Jets. I'm going to say the Jets is going to win this game. I think the Jets can win. I think the Jets can come away with a win, and the Bengals is going to be in the playoffs. Now, I was trying to think with my being biased because I want the Bengals to go in. But I think the Jets can come away with a win. I think. This game could go either way, really, to be honest with you. I won't be surprised if the Dolphins win. A little bit of my heart. You know what? A little bit of my heart wants the Dolphins to win a little bit because I really see the Dolphins coming away with this win too. I'm just thinking about scenarios, the situations, everything. That's what I do when I do these predictions. I'm like, okay, what are you guys going to do this? The coach is going to say this. I'm kind of really processing it really fast to see. I think that All right, I'm gonna stick with the Jets. I'm gonna say the Jets is going to win 17-10. Jets 17, Dolphins 10. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it there. All right. All right, we got Sunday Night Football. We got the Vikings against the Lions. All right, so I'm gonna say that this game is gonna be really exciting. And see here, the winner claims the division and the number 1 seed in the playoffs, while the loser heads on the road for a wild card meeting next week. The Lions edged the Vikings in the first meeting in Week 7. They continue to flex their muscles despite having countless injuries to key. Jared Goff and Sam Darnold are playing the best football of their careers, thanks to their excellent play calling by Ben Johnson and Kevin O'Connell, respectively, and they have exquisite playmakers around them. These two offenses are moving the ball at will, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. So, okay. So, obviously, the final outcomes hinges on which defense is going to play better. And I'm going to bet my money more on the Vikings defense than the Lions defense. And that's another reason why I think the Lions is going to be boosted out the first round of the playoffs. All right, so Brian Flores led unit that plays a lot of zone. Goff has struggled against at times. He has thrown for 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions against zone defenses. Playing zone coverage of 74, and so despite playing zone coverage on 74.1% of opposing dropbacks, Minnesota's defense is no slouch when it does play man either, allowing a 69% passer rating. So they have a phenomenal pass defense, period. And their man defense is the lowest in the NFL with a 69% passer rating, and recording the second most INTs with 8 per next gen stats. So on the flip side, Detroit's defense has lined the most yards per play since Week 14, and it has struggled to get to the quarterback on a regular basis. Yeah, see here, Aiden Hutchinson, he still leads the league, and he still leads the team in sacks. Wow, while not playing in the last 11 games. So the Lions have relied on the blitz, an area in which Darnold thrives, and must find a way to slow Minnesota's deep passing attack. The Vikings duo Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison will look to take advantage of a defense that has allowed 389 yards on deep passes, 20-plus air yards since Week 14. So Detroit desperately needs a week off with all the injuries, and Minnesota is gaining some serious momentum heading into the postseason. So I won't be surprised in the least bit to see Detroit win the season finale, but I think the Vikings is going to win this game. I'm going to say the Vikings is going to win this game. I'm going to say 33. No, I'm going to say 35-30. Vikings 35, Lions 30. Lions 33. I'll give 34 points. All right. So that's Sunday picks. And I don't think there's Monday Night Football. Let me see here. Because I think that seals up the deal for the final week. Yeah, there was no Thursday night football, and there's no Monday Night Football. So no games tomorrow. All right. So that's it. My next videos will be Saturday recap. I haven't get into y'all yet, and Sunday recap or nightcap. I might do a nightcap for tonight's game, but for tonight, depending on my schedule and stuff. So thank you all so much for watching. Love you all. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. So whenever I drop a video, you get notified. And yeah, we'll be back soon. Thank you. And these games, I'm looking forward to watching these games. I'm about to put them on now.